The Dubai skyline may grab the headlines, but the real magic happens indoors in the finishing and the craftsmanship of some of the real estate units we see here. Today with us is the founder of Indoors High-End Finishing, Aziz Zacca, who's here to share with us the highs and lows of having a fit-out company and the things that he sees. Aziz, thanks for being with us.
Hi, George. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Thank you for having me.
This is your first podcast, I
This
think.
is my first podcast.
How are you feeling?
Great.
Great? You
Yeah.
don't look like you're feeling great. No, but anyway,
yeah.
feel at ease, and let's discuss things that would be of interest to our listeners. Tell us a bit about yourself first. Who is Aziz? Where were you born? What did you study? How did we get to the point where we are today?
Actually, I was born in Beirut, Lebanon. Studied in Beirut. Graduated from AUB as a civil engineer. Then directly came to Dubai. I worked for a contracting company.
Straight after graduation?
Yes.
You didn't work at all in Lebanon?
No. I worked for a big contracting company here. Started as a site engineer,
Of course.
of course. So we had to be on site at 6 a.m. and leave at 7 p.m.
The worst.
Minimal salary.
Yeah. But a great experience.
Exactly, amazing experience. And grew up slowly. I then became a section engineer. Then I became inside the management office.
What kind of work was it?
It was actually it was a building in Bar Dubai.
Really?
Yeah, with a Lebanese company. After that, I was appointed to be a project engineer on a office building for a huge contracting company, which is called Datco Balfour Beatty.
I remember that Cobalt. Are they still around?
They are.
Yeah.
They do mostly
Infrastructure, huh?
Infrastructure, yes. They were so busy that they couldn't build their own offices, so we built their offices for them. And I met the CEO, which is an amazing human being, and he offered me a job as a project manager. Really, I was really young, and I was
How old were you at the time?
25.
Wow, 25 as a project
Yeah.
manager is young.
Yeah, so we started in a tower in Marina. Then I was a section engineer again at the Royal Terminal. It's a terminal that no one...
That's not a public terminal.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. So I was a section engineer there. I learned a lot. Then an opportunity came where they were building a very private island outside of Dubai for someone that I cannot mention. But the project manager in charge there had to go back to his own country due to personal reasons. So they put me there as project manager. I lived there for 5 months.
You lived on the island?
On the island.
Wow.
As a project manager, I had 1,200 laborers under me.
Living there
Big
as well?
staff, yeah, and I was the youngest there. We did really good, and this is when it started. I became project manager, general manager of the company in Dubai, until I decided to go back to Beirut, also for personal and health issues.
What year was that?
It was 2010.
Okay.
2010, yeah.
So you go to Beirut. You had a great career here.
I go to Beirut. I work in a good company as well. I decided to open my own finishing company, if you want, where we used to, because I used to enjoy working in that field more than the civil engineer part, concrete and steel. And so I opened my small company. I had 2-3 subcontractors where I used to take contracts as styling, false ceiling, small things. And the company grew very quickly. I had good contacts there, and it grew quickly as indoors finishing.
Because you're a social guy. I mean, we're friends for many years, and that helps a lot when you're a social guy and you can have good contacts to get these kind of contracts, right?
Exactly. Did a lot of mistakes at the beginning.
Of course.
Learned from them, and I got attached a lot in the fine details in the finishing, and I wanted to create a company that does exactly this. Even if it's not big jobs, small jobs. We started with bathrooms, we started with a TV unit, we started with a bedroom.
Is that why you called it indoors high-end finishing?
Yeah.
Because you wanted to give really a
Exactly.
high-end quality kind of work?
That's exactly it. And this company grew. We had great times in Beirut until COVID came, until this big...
Socio-economical, political, geopolitical, big mess.
I called a friend of mine here, told him, listen, I'm going to move this company to Dubai. Would you be interested to partnership with me? Yes, yes. We came. We opened this company on.
Just like that, overnight, you closed
Oh.
Beirut, you came to Dubai.
That's it. We came here, took an office, built a small team, and started with small clients, small villas, small things. That was in 2021.
4 years ago.
4 years ago.
Where did you get the money?
We all pitched in. We had 3 partners. We pitched in. It was a small amount because, you know, in our business we don't need a big capital to start. Just need a project.
Yeah.
Get an advance payment. You just go ahead and start. And that's it. That's the beginning.
Excellent. So now the company's been around for 4 years.
It has been around for 4 years and it grew a lot. Now, okay, let me tell you this. We started as a fit-out company where we deal with clients directly. We deal with interior architects directly, where we get a design and we execute this design.
Yeah.
2 years along the line, a client came to us, a good friend of mine as well. He said, listen, I don't have an architect, I don't have anything. I want you to do the design and the fit-outs. So I had to outsource a very good architect. She started with the design. We charged for the design and the execution, which I found to be really interesting because you do it from the beginning till the end. So we opened this design department in our company. So now our company is divided into a big design department with a head of design, interior architects, AutoCAD draftsman, and our execution team, which is now, I'm proud to say this, is all in-house. 90% of our execution team is in-house.
Wow, congrats. Yeah. When you started this, Aziz, were you afraid?
I had great partners, so no, I wasn't. And as I told you, the capital is small, so worst case scenario would have failed, which we...
What did you think was the chance that you would fail?
Very low, honestly. Listen, Dubai nowadays, our clients are not only concentrated, and they're not only looking for excessive construction, quick construction. They really understand now that this is their home, because most of them are gonna live a big part of their lives here. This is their home. They like the authenticity in their homes. They like the good finishing, and you know how Dubai they build very quickly, very massively. They don't take care about the small details. Someone who buys an apartment he has a problem with his lighting, he has a problem with the sockets and switches everywhere. So we come and make his house a home.
Aziz, every time I see you, you're stressed out. And you tell me, there's so much work, it's stressing me out. What is the most stressful part of the job, of fit out, of decoration, of all these things that you do design? What is it that makes this job so stressful? Because most contractors I know, whether they're big contractors or smaller contractors or medium contractors, they're always stressed out, and they tell you it's such a stressful industry. What is it about it that's so stressful?
Honestly, most of the clients, and which is a very normal thing to do, they think that they're your only clients. So, and as long as you're doing their house, you're the only thing on their mind. They call you morning, afternoon, evening, at any time.
I do that with my contractors.
Yeah. And they ask you about the smallest details. I had a huge problem when I started. I was very reserved on delegating my work, so they used to call me directly, and I used to go and check the sites and check every single detail and go into problems with them and resolve an issue between the husband and the wife and the kids and the husband and the wife. So it's stressful because
this is something that I hear often, that the people not agreeing from the same family, or the disputes between husband and wife, and all these things about the finishing and the choice of materials, the choice of colors. This is something that you have to deal with on a daily basis.
You have to deal with it. You have to coordinate between both of them, because at the end of the day, it's both their homes. And then you have to coordinate and play around 3 major things. First of all is the timeline on when you have to deliver, because most of the people that buy houses are renting, and they give you a deadline when the rent is over. You know, in Dubai, you cannot just rent a month or 2. You have to rent for a full year. So you have a deadline that you have to meet. And this deadline, usually, if you follow your schedule, is met. But so many things happen during this construction phase where this deadline...
And people don't understand that often.
And mostly that comes from them.
Yeah.
When it takes him 1 week to pick a tile, I'm not going to come and say to a client, you know what, you need to pick it tomorrow. I'm going to be late for 2 days.
Yeah.
Just go along with it. So they delay with this, that, and that. And then you at the end, the last 30 days, they start blaming you because you're late.
Do you factor that into your deadlines that you give, that there's going to be some delays, or not always?
Not always, but I always have it on record. If, God forbids, things go south with the client, I have all the proofs and record and history that those delays came mostly from them. If from me, I will take full responsibility, but usually it comes from them.
What is the hardest thing today about running a fit-out business, in your opinion? Both from a management perspective and from a business perspective.
Dealing with suppliers, because most of suppliers in Dubai don't have stock, so and they have a lot of work.
But that's odd. Why wouldn't they have stock with all the construction going on?
I have no idea. Most of them don't have stock. So you need to order your materials. Someone comes and buy it, then it's done. You have to buy other. And sometimes a client comes and picks a sample. It takes you 24 hours to confirm with the supplier. It's gone. You have to wait another 3 months. That's one. Two. The biggest challenge here is to find the right manpower, because manpower here, every single community here are good in something. I'm not going to go into this, but you need to go to find good painters. You have to find good tilers. You have to go.
What nationality are the best painters?
Egyptian.
Egyptian, really? Why do you think? Or is it just a trade that they've mastered?
I don't know. That's in my experience. I've tried them all.
Tiling?
Lebanese.
Plumbing?
Completely. Indian.
Electrical?
Indian.
Wow, okay, so these plumbing and electrical skills, the Indians are the best.
Demolition, completely Pakistanis. They're
Really?
the best.
Wow.
I don't give demolition to anyone else. They're really good.
That's interesting that each nationality or each culture has a specialty.
And they're really good at it. And you come and put a Lebanese guy to do the plumbing, he doesn't know how to do it.
Wow.
You put an Indian guy to do the tiling, he'll do it, but he won't do it.
He's not the best at it.
Yeah, he won't do it. So this
I like this game. Lighting.
Lighting, it's electrical.
Yeah.
We pick the lights, and
Yeah.
this is what we have mastered. We have the best teams and everything. Now, my teams are not that big, so say I have 4 or 5 projects, I have to subcontract. I'm not gonna not take the project. We're gonna subcontract, and this is where things becomes challenging and hard.
Because the challenge also in contracting is that you always want to grow to take bigger projects. So all the profit that you're making, you're actually reinvesting it into the company. You're growing. True. The bigger the company, the more the problems, the more projects, the more the challenges as well.
That's true.
What's something about you, Aziz, that about your personal journey and I know you're a very warm-hearted guy, so you talk a lot to your clients. You become friends with most of your clients, actually, or they become friends with you because that's the type of personality you are genuinely. What is something about your past or about your road that most clients don't know? I'm going to put you on the spot. This is real talk. I can tell you one.
Tell me.
They probably don't know that you were the biggest party animal I know.
But that's 15. Not a big problem, because...
It's not a problem. I'm not saying it's a problem. I'm saying, what is it something that they don't know about your past?
I've met half of them there.
Yeah. so that's a good point.
So it's not a huge... No, listen, I don't have anything that they ask me, I tell them. When I was a bit younger, I was a bit lazy.
Were you really?
Yeah, I was a bit lazy, where I used to get the work done, but khalas, I get
minimal
bored.
effort, maximum results. But we were all like that a bit, I would say.
Now I wake up wanting to go to sites.
And you wake up at crazy hours, man. You sometimes, send me messages at 7 in the morning. And what the hell is going on?
Yeah, and that's our advantage, with the clients. Now, what I can say about us, especially the management, is that you're our client. We're available to you every single minute. I don't know if this is good or bad. Some clients take advantage of that, but that's one of our biggest assets.
I could tell you, having dealt with many contractors, that's definitely a good thing to have for the client.
We're always there. We're always answer.
So Dubai, look, we talked about Aziz a bit and where you came from, how you ended up here. Let's talk a bit about Indoors High-End Finishing, which is your company. That's done some work for me as well, by the way, and that's done some great work. Dubai is a very competitive market. I mean, so many contractors, so many fit-out companies, so many design companies. What sets your company, or at least what would you like to set your company apart with?
Listen, Dubai's market is huge. There is you can find work for every single company if they're good.
What's good? What's being good? The
Being good
definition,
is,
for example.
usually we have three very, very common points, which are delivering more or less on time, being always available to the client's needs. It could be an emotional need. We have clients calling us crying at night. Listen, I made a mistake here. Another contractor tell you know what, this is your decision. You pick the tile, whatever. We're always there for them. Khalas, we'll change it. It's not worth it. We can do whatever you need as long as you don't live in the apartment.
Yeah.
And this third thing is the quality control / cost that you could go and overcharge a client with the best materials. He'll have the best house. We're trying to balance between cost and quality, which usually you get a good quality material. The way you apply it and the way you fix it on site is the way it's going to look later on.
So speaking of the way it's going to look later on, so at Indoors High-End Finishing, you do design and execution. What is the toughest part of transforming a render or a drawing into reality? I mean, I think that must be one of the most satisfying things for a contractor, to have something on a picture or on a render, show it to the client loves it, and then the client sees it in real life. What is the toughest part of moving from one to the other?
The wife. I'll tell you
why?
why. Because we have this all the time.
Okay.
The wife thinks that the reality is going to be the exact spitting image of the render.
To the millimeter.
She just holds the render and looks at the wall and says, listen, there's a line here that's not on the render.
Yeah.
That's the biggest. Now, we always tell our clients, you're going to have the same look and feel of the renders, but the renders are renders at the end of the day. You won't find the exact same materials in the renders. You won't find the exact same colors. If the render is printed on this printer, it's going to show another color than other printer. So the toughest thing is you have to go about this the other way, is that you create a render that you can execute. You just don't create renders that
look good so you can get the job.
And this is the biggest fight we always have between our department and the design department. Where they design something crazy, then you come to execute it, it's impossible.
So that was my other question. So do you always design stuff that you can actually build or not? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sure, look, you've had a few disasters stories. I mean, every contractor has had few disastrous stories. Tell us one story that you'll never forget. It could be funny, it could be sad, it could be...
I'll tell you a very funny story. Yeah. When I started, I subcontracted everything. So we had a small apartment, 2-bedroom apartment, where we were doing the bathrooms and we were doing some wood flooring. We had to replace the whole tiles and the WCs of the bathrooms. So what happened actually is that, there's a sequence of work where you demolish the tiles, you do the plumbing, you do the waterproofing, you do the tiling.
Which you're familiar with because you've done so many projects. Or I think you're familiar with it.
Yeah, I am.
Depending on the story.
I am familiar with. You fix your sanitary ware, you fix the woodworks, and you leave. So basically in this project, we had 2 subcontractors, the woodworks and the plumbing, where the carpenter decided to fix his door before the sanitary ware. So he fixed his door, opened the door, and then the sanitary ware.
Please don't tell me it's one of those memes where the door doesn't close.
It doesn't close. I have actual pictures where the WC is there and the door just hits the WC and stays open all the time.
Oh my God, I see those on Instagram.
And the client came to site and was like, "What's this?" I said, "What?" I looked at the door; it was there and open. I said, "How do I close the door?" Then we had to remove everything. Then
that's funny. I didn't know these things actually happen, but apparently they do.
Yeah, they do a lot.
How much of project success do you think comes from planning? How much comes from the actual execution? And how much comes from the ability to repair mistakes? It's a difficult question in terms of how much. What do you think? What is your ideal way to execute a project? Or you need a bit of those 3 maybe? I don't know. Is it the planning? Is it the execution? Is it being able to fix it after, react? Because I would imagine every project, and that's why we have what you call a snag list, which is basically once everything is done, you come in and you repair or fix a few things.
Listen, what also we've learned throughout those years is that the best way to plan a project and to avoid something that is called variation orders is to go and survey the site before we start. The biggest challenge is that we price a project we schedule it, and then we go on site and start the demolition works. And you see things that you couldn't see on the as-built drawings. So the best part, the best way to do it is to survey the site correctly, even open the ceiling, open the floors to know, schedule it, give a time frame to the client, plus or minus, give a cost estimation, and try to avoid as many variation orders as you can. In our company, every project we have a lot of variation orders, but 80% of those variations come from a change of mind of the client. He wants to add
And
things.
people don't realize that. People
They don't.
always think that variation orders are a trick that's used by the contractors to charge them more.
They can be,
Yeah.
but we have never changed a order or sent a variation order based on a quantity we calculated wrong at the beginning, based on a fluctuation in price. We price the project, is done.
Yeah.
But the client comes and sees the tiles he has picked, then he goes to a much nicer tiles. Like, I want to go for this one. Okay, you have a difference in your budget. That's a variation order. At the end, yes, he says, look, we started here, we ended here, but you go back
Yeah.
and you see that it's done.
Well, what's one thing, Aziz, about this industry that the outsiders don't know? Could it be tricks of the trade? It could be secrets of the trade. It could be something that all contractors know that the general population doesn't know. Does anything come to mind?
Yeah. Contracting job could be very profitable if you want, in a very dishonest way. Yeah, and everything that is hidden, the client never sees. Which is
Example?
which plumbing,
Yeah.
electrical,
The quality of the
AC.
materials?
Yes,
Or the
quality of the materials, the way you put them, the safety you use in it. So even the quantities, very few of the clients will come and de-measure after you because
Do some do it? Some actually
yes,
measure?
some do
Yeah.
it, and some don't know how to do it because the measurements, it's not length and width. You have wastages, you have parts, hidden parts that you don't see. But yeah, they do it, and then you explain to them, and they understand. But yeah, if
What do you advise people to? You kind of have somebody start measuring the pipes once they're installed and stuff like. What do you advise customers to do in order to not run into this type of contractor, or to get, if you want, screwed by contractors with hidden stuff that they don't see? Because I hear it often. The way to make money in contracting is to cut corners and to put lower grade materials in order to be competitive. So what do you advise people to do not to fall into that trap?
to work with us.
That's a good answer. But besides that,
honestly, to listen, contractors, in this country is not a big country, so I advise them first of all to work with a contractor that has referrals, because you know what?
so you
Now-
actually advise people to talk to referrers and to talk to their clients, to ex-clients of the contractor.
Akid, because now 60% of our works are not coming from marketing anymore. They're not coming from they're not coming from anything, just referrals.
60%.
60%,
Wow.
60 to 70% are just referrals. We finish a client, a friend of his come to his house, he likes his house, he works with us.
Yeah.
So this is an image that you build. Many contractors are just taking advance payments from clients and leaving.
Disappearing. That's a story that we hear often, right? Disappearing or going bankrupt or whatever it is. What is that? Is that bad management, bad cash flow management, or are they just dishonest?
That's just dishonest.
Wow.
Yeah.
You come across clients that have that
I have
problem?
more than 4 clients that came crying. Honestly, they paid a very low down payment to a very low for him, and he did the same thing to 25 clients and left.
I'm not going to put you on the spot with what's the project that you're most proud of, but what are give us 3 examples of projects that you didn't imagine that you would be doing at the beginning, or that, let's say, you didn't think that this was your typical project.
Listen,
when
I'll
opened
tell
a
you, it's not
company.
on the spot.
Yeah.
Our main projects are villas and apartments.
Yeah.
We're doing a great villa now that we're very proud of. I have 2 projects that I honestly, the first project we took in Dubai actually was an art gallery we did for a very well-known artist.
Who is it?
Sasha Jaffrey.
Sasha. Oh, our friend Sasha.
Yeah.
Shout out to you if you're listening to this. Yeah.
This was our first project in Dubai, second project, but we created magic there. He took 3 big warehouses and we did his gallery,
And he's very, very creative as well. Funky
he
funky
helped
stuff.
us a lot. He taught us a lot, and we did it was something we've never done before, and we did it. We built movable walls that are 10 meters high when he wanted to change his paintings. And it's all over social media. If you just check his webpage, his Instagram, you'll see that we did a great job there. Then
Not your typical job. I mean, an
At all.
art gallery. And,
it wasn't. And then we also worked on Queen Elizabeth cruise boat, where we did. It was really also, it was nice. It was very authentic. We worked there, the offices of
Duke.
yeah. And
The
it was,
free zone.
Yeah, it was really a nice project as well. And we have some of these projects that, and our portfolio is very big now, and people ask us, what do we specialize mostly in? Yes, we specialize in residential, but we're very open to do other things, which we've done a lot also.
Nice. Okay, so we've talked about your past, Aziz, or how you got to this contracting business. We talked a bit about the contracting business. Let's talk a bit about the pressure of the business and the future. More importantly, where do you see Indoors High-End Finishing being in 3 to 5 years, for example, the way this company is progressing? Because it's been 4 years now, and you told me that you've grown quite a lot. Where would you like it to be in 5 years?
We're growing slowly but surely, as they say.
But that's the best way in contracting. Look, I've been in contracting in the past, and if you grow too fast, it's just you can hit a brick wall.
We could grow faster. There are many projects that, honestly, I said with the client, tell him, listen, I want to take your project, I have to stop all other, and now I have a responsibility towards my clients, where they, some clients bring constant business all the time. He has a restaurant, he opens another one, he has an office. So we're growing slowly, and we're building a team where we can rely on them. We can delegate. Some people come, some people go. But
As
now,
always,
the people that are with us, I don't like to overwork them. Everyone knows he has his project, he's working on his project. And the way I want to grow is, anytime I find someone that is adequate to the team, I can expand. That's how I see it. I'm not going to expand, then bring people. It's the other way around.
That's interesting. Usually it's the other way around, but that's pretty cool. What's a trend that you're seeing a lot today in fit out and in design in Dubai?
A trend is minimalistic.
That's back. That's the big thing.
Back.
No? Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a good thing. It's a good thing because it's easier to build, first of all.
Declutters,
Yeah. And the trend is very high-end finishing. People care a lot about details now, about finishing, about the lighting, about the tiling, about the grooves, about the, because we have so many exposition here. They're exposed to so many things in the world now that everyone is very educated about this.
Have you gotten to a point where you have the luxury of choosing your projects? Do you refuse some projects?
Yes,
Why?
I refuse some projects due to the quality they're expecting. Some people want medium to low quality in a very fast time and a very low budget.
You don't take those projects?
Which is not bad. Everyone has his own. We don't take them because our manpower today, as I told you, we have our own teams, are overqualified to do those kinds of things. This is why, yes, I don't. And the big ones also, I don't take them now.
Out of risk of
having less time for the clients that we built, our clientele. But we're getting there. And small projects, big projects, I mean big, huge projects. I wouldn't come and take a hotel now because it will make me waste my time with the other clients.
It will monopolize all your resources.
Oh, yeah.
What is the biggest challenge you're finding in the business today?
The biggest challenge is to be able to execute our high quality products in a cost that the client could actually understand.
Is there delusion between the type of quality that they're asking and the price that they're looking for?
Because the building material has become very expensive, especially in Dubai.
Why?
Lighting is more expensive than anywhere in the world. If you have big quantities and you import from Europe, it's cheaper.
Why is that?
Because
everybody
of demand,
looking to make a quick buck.
Because of demand.
Are all materials the same, or in general?
Raw materials are okay. It's the finishing materials, styling, lighting.
All imported as well. Yeah, and from far most of the time. What advice would you give someone who's listening to us today and wants to do and I know what you're going to answer, I could see from your face, and I'm going to laugh. Somebody who wants to do a design and fit out business, beside don't.
Okay.
What is the advice that you would give them?
Honestly, for design, because the execution is different. For design, just be or choose a designer that understands the way you think. Because if you don't agree, if you're not on the same wavelength as your designer, he will never get there and you will never get there. You need to be able to understand each other, and the designer should be able to understand the ideas, because some of our clients don't know how to express their ideas. We help them express them. And if you could go for a designer and a contractor that are the same company, it's much easier for you, because the clashes that I see between designers and execution will only hurt the client.
That's an interesting thing you say. Do you meet clients that really have bad taste?
Yeah, but
what do you do? Do you kind of guide them towards what's makes more sense, or what is more trendy, or how does it work?
In general, no one has bad taste. Just
like, does somebody come and tell you, I want the walls to be painted in mustard yellow, and
we do it. It's his taste. It's not bad taste. We just advise him that with mustard yellow, you cannot put a blue color. We just tell him what fits.
And do they listen, or some people just don't care? They want to do it the way they want to do it.
No, they listen usually.
They usually listen.
They usually listen. Yeah.
Do you get blamed sometimes when you advise on something and they don't like it?
Yes. We do, and then we change it, and we never leave a site unless they're fully satisfied.
Interesting. What leadership lesson did you learn from all this experience so far in these 4 years that a school would have never been able to teach you?
Delegation. I'm honestly, I was very bad at delegation, and if you don't delegate, you limit your horizons. You cannot expand. You need to know who to delegate to, and you need to trust that the people you're delegating to are gonna do a more than okay job with your guidance. I'm still not there completely yet.
Yeah, we never are, especially people like you and I who are a bit control freaks, and especially in a business where, like you said, quality, delivering on time, on budget, with the exceptional quality standards. It's very difficult to delegate to somebody that task or that responsibility.
And something that people don't know is the relationship I have with my clients, and usually they.
And that's what I was saying at the beginning.
You
become friends with all your clients.
Yeah, and this is what puts them at ease. They know their house is in safe hands, and I've built relationship with them that. People usually say, okay, he's my contractor. I call him when I need him. That's it. No, I go out with them. We're friends now. We're friends with all of them. We have dinner together. We discuss their homes. I've
seen some of them at your wedding.
Yeah, half of them at my wedding. Yeah. And it's nice because if they finish their house, you come into their house, you're invited to dinner, you're invited to a barbecue, you see what you've accomplished. It's nice. It's
a nice feeling.
Yeah.
We're going to finish with this, Aziz. I want you to finish the sentence. The real cost of delivering perfection in Dubai is ... What is the real cost? Is it your health, your mental health? Is it your life?
I think it's honesty, dedication, and hard work, and the love of what you're doing. If you don't love it, you're never going to succeed.
I agree 1,000,000%.
Never. I'm telling you,
if you're in contracting and you don't love it, you will never succeed.
I'm telling you, sometimes, I know it's going to sound lame, I want the weekend to finish, to go back to site and see what happened, and see what we can do better. So if you don't like your job, it's done. You're not gonna excel in it at all.
Aziz, good on you. I think you've built a great company with Indoors High-End Finishing, and I wish you all the best, and I hope that you keep growing. And thanks for being with us today and sharing your insights. Thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoyed this episode.